Dreaming of a supercar without the sky-high price tag? Well, you've come to the right place. These are the top budget supercars, like this Viper right here. The cars that deliver insane performance, jaw-dropping style, and most importantly, insane value. Today, I'm going to prove to you that you don't have to break the bank to live the supercar dream. Let's go! Alright, first up, it's all red, baby, the Ferrari 360. Now, when you hear Ferrari,
more than you can afford, pal,
you're probably thinking there's no way that you could afford one without starting an OnlyFans. And that's at least how I thought. But guess what? Throw that out the window because the Ferrari 360 says otherwise. It replaced the F355 in 1999 and brought Ferrari screaming into the 21st century with style. It's got a V8 that's smoother than Pavarotti and pumps out a very respectable 400 horses. It's an all-aluminum masterpiece that's as beautiful as it is powerful. We're talking about an engine that's gonna make you want to downshift every single chance you get just to hear that symphony. And speaking of downshifting, you can find them with a gated manual. And when compared to the 355, it's like the difference between lugging around a brick and swinging a feather. This car doesn't just go fast, it dances. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's a Ferrari, so it probably is as reliable as a toddler with a permanent marker.
I thought you were coloring, Jamari.
But here is the thing. The 360 is actually one of the most reliable Ferraris out there.
No way.
Yeah, sure, you gotta watch out for the F1 gearbox if you don't get the manual, and timing belt services is something that you just don't want to skip, but if you treat the car right, it'll treat you right back. And the best part, you can pick one up for around 70 grand. Check out this gorgeous champagne colored Spider that's sold right on the dot. That's less than some people pay for cars that just lug around their kids. So if you're looking to own a piece of Italian automotive art without completely destroying your bank account, the Ferrari 360 is your ticket to the good life. Now, we can't leave Italy just yet because up next is the Maserati Gran Turismo. This car is pure Italian class wrapped in a sleek, curvaceous body that's guaranteed to turn heads and break necks wherever you go. Yeah, it's an experience that comes with a Ferrari. Yes, Ferrari-derived 4.7-liter V8 under the hood. More than enough power and pure, unadulterated Italian passion. It's got the perfect blend of elegance and performance that makes it a true Grand Tour that just spills over to the supercar territory. You could drive this thing across the country and arrive at your destination feeling like a bazillion bucks. But, and this is the real but, the Gran Turismo isn't known for its reliability, so it might not get you there, at least in one go. It's got the temperamental soul of an Italian lover. When it's good, it is really good. But when it's bad, well, you're gonna need some patience and a good mechanic. Wait, does that even make sense? Well, you're gonna put your mechanics kids through school. Anyways, even with the quirks, the Gran Turismo is one hell of an ideal car. And you can find these for pennies on the dollar, like this one that just sold for under 30 grand. And when you consider what you're getting, a Ferrari engineered V8, stunning looks, and that Maserati Trident badge, it is a steal of a deal. Just remember to set some cash aside for the inevitable repairs. Okay, let's talk about the Nissan GT-R, aka Godzilla, aka the supercar that eats other supercars for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I bet he drives a Nissan.
This thing is the definition of bang for your buck. We're talking a twin turbocharged dual clutch monster, alien levels of acceleration, and an all-wheel drive system that defies the laws of physics. The GTR has been terrorizing the supercar world since 2008, which is like a couple decades ago pretty much. And it's still one of the best performance bargains out there, period. And unlike most supercars, you can actually drive this thing every single day without worrying about it breaking down or costing you fortunes in repairs. I mean, this is a Nissan, folks. Parts are aplenty and it doesn't take a ton of time or money to get them. But here is the best part. You can pick up a used GTR for under 60 grand. That's right, 60 grand for a car that will embarrass exotics that cost 4 times as much or more. Like this 2009 example, although you do have to watch out for the automatic transmissions in those, that sold for $59,400. So whether you're looking to dominate the track or just want a car that's gonna put a smile on your face every time you drive it, the GTR is really the only answer. And it's absolutely one of those cars that proves that you don't have to spend a fortune to go really, really fast. And of course, use the link down in the description below to find all these cheap ideal supercars using Auto Tempest. All right, let's shift gears to something a little more Classy, because your boy owned one. It's called the Audi R8. Now, I'm going to take you back to a time when this thing dropped. It changed the game, period. It was like Audi looked at the supercar world and just said, hey, what if we made a supercar that you could actually live in every day? Like, yeah, live in it. Well, not really, but well, they made it. It's the R8, it's fast, it's beautiful, and it's about as practical as any mid-engine supercar can get. And there's more than just one version. You know, you got the OG R8s that's got the 4.2 liter V8, which your boy owned, although it was a gated manual and wide body, and I named it Girth Brooks, and I got married in it. But anyway, you can really feel spicy with the step up, the 5.2 liter V10, which basically turns the R8 into a Lamborghini Gallardo wearing a tailored Audi suit from Volcom. And if you really want to have some fun, hit the 6-speed manual, folks. It is the best transmission out there. The clickety-clack of the gated, you're in heaven. Trust me, there is nothing like it. What makes the R8 special is that it's a supercar without the supercar headaches. Well, at least for me, because I don't really have a brain. I mean, it's got quattro all-wheel drive, which means you can actually drive it in the rain without spinning like a top. It's comfortable enough for you to take maybe your girlfriend on a long road trip. You have one, and it's reliable enough that you won't be constantly worried about something breaking. And if it does, well, you can take it to an Audi dealership. In a world of psycho exotics, the R8 is the voice of reason. And here is the kicker. You can snag one of these Tony Stark specials for around 70 grand or even less. Like this one that we just found for 60,000 bucks. I mean, that is an insane value for a car that offers this much performance, style, and usability. Whether you're looking for a weekend warrior or a daily driver that'll turn heads at every stoplight, the R8 is a rock solid choice. But if the 4 rings is a little too tame for you, let's take a look at the next one. All right, it is time to turn it up to 11 with this baby bull. This is the car that took Lamborghini from boutique supercar maker to mainstream icon. Yes, we're talking platinum record good. With a big old V10 sitting right behind your brains, the Gallardo is absolute unfiltered Lambo madness. And in the 2009 and later models, it's actually reliable thanks to an addition of more Audi parts. Might not be a great thing. It's not as Lambo-y. But yes, it's a cousin with the Audi R8. But the Gallardo was Lamborghini's bestseller for a reason. It's the first Lambo that, like the Audi and the GT-R, you could actually drive every day without worrying about it catching on fire or breaking down. For the most part, it's comfortable enough for a daily commute. But when you hit that gas pedal, it transforms into an absolute animal. Plenty of power, all-wheel drive, and a chassis that is as sharp as a razor. This car, it's the real deal. But here is the thing. If you're gonna get a Gallardo, do yourself a favor and get a gated manual, just like the R8. There's something magical about shifting gears in a Lamborghini that just makes you feel like a superhero. Plus, that V10 soundtrack, play it on repeat. Woof, it is pure ear candy. And because it's on this list, you know it's a performance bargain. Look at this one. And yes, you guys are all gonna tell me that 90 grand is not cheap, which I agree with you, but just get a car loan, I guess? I don't know. I mean, it's probably like $1,000 a month. And trust me, it is worth every single penny. It is the perfect blend of Italian passion and German precision. And if you can swing it, it's one of the best supercar bargains out there, hands down. And guys, real quick, if you want to learn how to negotiate like a pro and buy cars for less, check out our free car buying workshop. I've linked to it in the description and you have nothing to lose. It's free. Okay, now to the next vehicle. But if an Italian V10 just ain't quite hardcore enough for you, well, let me introduce you to my little friend.
Say hello to my little friend!
All right, it's time to get down and dirty with some pure American firepower! The Dodge Viper! The car is a straight-up monster, and it doesn't care about your feelings or my feelings or Trav's feelings or Finn's feelings. It just don't care. And like the name suggests, this thing is venomous and is not scared to take a bite at ya. Its gigantic V10 produces more noise and power than a 4th of July parade. The Viper, it's not just a car, it is a statement. And that statement is, I don't care about any driving aids. I just want to go fast. The Viper is old school in the best possible ways. No traction control, no stability control, no roof, no windows. Heck, all you got is a steering wheel, a manual gearbox, and a ridiculous amount of horsepower. It's like a sledgehammer. The Viper doesn't care if you're scared, it's gonna make you earn every bit of performance. But when you do, and oh baby, Trav has, there is nothing else like it. And on top of that, well, these things are built like tanks. They're Chrysler products, for gosh sakes. The engine is basically a giant block of American metal that's designed to last forever. Sure, Lamborghini put their magical touch on it, but this ride is about as comfortable as a colon screening in an interior that is not quite to luxury standards, to say the least. Just ask Trav. But guys, who cares? We're missing the main point. You're not buying a Viper to be coddled, you're buying a Viper to feel alive. And as far as pricing goes, these things are a steal. You can pick up a 3rd gen Viper for way less than you might think. Earlier Roadsters can be had for 30 grand, and later coupes like this one sold for just 62. Just be ready to sweat a little when you drive it and avoid those hot side pipes. Ask your boy how he knows. Now, the Viper demands your whole attention, but if you got the guts, well, this car's got the glory. Okay, I know I'm gonna get flamed. I know you don't consider the Corvette a supercar, but just hear me out on this real quick. This is the new kid on the block. It's the C8 Corvette. Chevy flipped the script with this one, moving the engine to the middle, turning the performance figure up to 11, arguably turning the Vette into a full-blown supercar. It's got a big honkin' V8 that'll get you to 60 in under 3. The C8 is basically an American Ferrari. Did I just say that? But without the Italian price tag. It's got performance, it's got the looks, and it's even got the pedigree. This isn't just the best Corvette ever made, this is one of the best sports cars on the planet, period. And it is practical as well. You get room for 2 golf clubs, comfortable interior, and even some modern tech to keep you entertained on long drives. But don't let that practicality fool ya. The C8 is a serious performance machine. That glorious V8 coupled with that snappy 8-speed dual-clutch transmission is putting America on top and putting the European exotics on notice. And you can get into a used one for just around 60 grand. And not to mention, a brand new one doesn't cost much more in base form. And with the C8, you're getting a car that you can hang with the best of them. And you're doing it with a warranty which won't empty your wallet. It might not have the brand cachet of something more exotic, but it's definitely got supercar performance. Whether you're a diehard Corvette fan or just looking for the best bang for your buck, the C8 is an absolute winner. This was the company's first road car since the legendary McLaren F1. And while it wasn't the fastest in the world like its predecessor, it was nearly just as visceral. With a twin-turbo V8, this car rocketed from 0 to 60 in a blink of an eye. But the 12C isn't just fast, it is smart as well. It's packed with tech that rivals the supercars of today. Active aerodynamics, brake steer, a carbon fiber monocoque. God, I love saying that word. It's basically a race car for the road. In fact, it's so advanced, it might just be plotting world domination while you're driving it. Now, when this McLaren is working, that is a key word there, it is pure magic. But when it's not, you might be waiting a while for parts to arrive from across the pond. I'm not talking Japan, this is real loot. And repairs, yes, they aren't cheap, but all of it is worth it because you'll have one of the most incredible driving experiences out there. You can find a used 12C for around 70 grand? That, my friends, is a whole lot of car for the money. So which one of these fine pieces of automotive machinery are on your bucket list? Or are you considering buying something else right now? Let us know down below in the comments. And did we miss any other supercar bargains? Also, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and check out this ideal vid on cheap cars with unlimited tuning potential up here, or whatever YouTube recommends you watch next. I'm Brad, this is Ideal, we'll see you next week, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle.